We just got the new Rale 120 kit installed and the new Timbersled Riot 3 installed from Penco Power Products here in Kalispell, Montana. And a lot of you I know have been wondering about this, myself included. I got to ride one a few weeks ago, and it's a very, very different experience. The way this Rale kit works is it's like a dirt bike. So if you look at where the shock is on it, you're using just your shock from the dirt bike, right? So you're using just your rear, your monoshock. So you install it there. There's no other suspension on here, right? So the way it works is it's actually pivoting just like a dirt bike. So if you try and back up and let's show them this. Okay. So if you try and there's no suspension there, right? This is like pushing on your tire. Your tire's not gonna move. All the suspension is right there. So
it's pretty sweet.
It's very
different.
Fun.
Yeah.
It rides, it's the most dirt bike-like feel I've had yet on a snow bike. Now that doesn't mean that that's always a good thing for everybody, right? Not everybody is gonna like it necessarily. It's different.
It's no Cadillac.
Yeah, it's you can get very rowdy on this thing, which is fun. You can do instant wheelies, like not even try hardly. So we're gonna go out and do some really good testing today. Last time I rode it, it was hero snow, and so it was really easy to ride. It was like almost spring conditions.
Today we got some bottomless powder.
We got some pow.
Yeah.
So we didn't even have the install kit yet for the gas tank. But one thing to take note of is right here, these bars, you can adjust these. It's really simple. You just undo this screw and you can move this whole thing back 2 or up 1. Right here, this is kind of the general spot that you keep it in, you know, for kind of all around free riding. And then the further you put it back, the more it's almost gonna be like a long track. So I might even play around with it a little bit, we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna do a lot of testing today. And then of course, everybody knows
the Riot 3.
The Riot 3, so.
I'm stoked to get on this bad boy.
We're gonna do side-by-side testing. You've got 3-inch paddles, 129-inch track, and you've got 120-inch track with 2.5-inch, that's the Camso track. So very different. So we'll see. Oh, also, if you look at the spindle on this thing,
it's bulletproof.
Dude,
it looks badass. Looks beefy.
It's gnarly. And you can actually change the positions there as well, so you can slide the spindle forward and backwards. So I'm not gonna mess with that, but all right, we'll report. Okay, we're gonna take the shortcut. Yep, we're on the Rale and the Riot, ripping up this fucking uphill. Little hill climb action. Okay. Sick, dude. Recording? Yeah, still recording. Okay. So, initial thoughts. It felt pretty effortless to get up there on this. Yeah, I was chugging in third, and it was like, I've ridden the Aero 3. I have ridden the Riot 3, but like with this, like I had to work for it. Like I was freaking. It wanted to just wheelie. It's also we wanted to do some testing. Put on the far back mode. Oh, totally. I was actually thinking like, I want to test it in that for newbies, because that will be too much. Oh, for people that are not snow bikers. Totally. But like, it was super fun. I'm just still getting the feel for it. And like that first part where you saw me, I was like wheeling off shit and just crashed. Like I think that's the thing, is that you kind of want to wheelie. Like, it's just so fun.
Yeah, dude.
So you got to learn to ride it a little differently. But then once I like mellowed down and I chugged through all that, I'll tell you the one thing that I was impressed. It didn't feel like a 120.
It felt deep.
It felt like a bigger track. Yeah. Like, there was a couple lines I pulled that I've ridden the Riot, you know, I've ridden the Mountain Horse, I've ridden the Arrow, you know, you're like, it was.
Yeah, the Arrow 120, the
awesome.
Riot 120. Yeah.
Like, it felt more akin to a 129 for sure.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Well, is there another shortcut? Okay.
So we can stay in the trees and see.
Yeah.
Incredible snow, guys. Incredible. It's freaking amazing out. And this rail kit is railing. It's railing. It is, look at that. Kind of whiteout conditions, but super fun. It's like nice fluff snow, but yet it's, you know, still, it's pretty firm, so you can climb really well. And yeah, I just bit off a little more than I could chew. Didn't quite have the momentum. Tried going around this tree. Couldn't pull it off. Johnny's back there stuck. That's where I came down through. And yeah, it's freaking awesome. So I had to work my way back over to John. This is what happens. I'm gonna video John videoing. Yeah, dude, this is what happens when you go straight down the steep pit. You can't, it's a friggin' whiteout. So coming down this, like we knew we had the side hill right here. This is the road, which you can't even see. I wouldn't even call it a road, trail. And I knew it was right here. And then, yeah, it was just a big, giant fluff. It would have been awesome if there was some sun today, but unfortunately, this is what you get sometimes. All right, so John and I are just getting done riding the new Riot 3 and the new Rale, the 22 Rale. So John is new to snowbiking this year. Well, you snowbiked a couple times last year.
Like 3.
He's a mountain biker. He's a snowboarder. He's new to dirt biking. So what? You've probably been now 20-ish.
I'd say about 20 times.
20-ish times.
20
so
times.
Give us your assessment on the two kits today.
So getting to ride them back to back. I definitely felt in the whoops when we were riding in the trail, the Rale handled great. Like, it felt like a dirt bike in the whoops. And then when I hopped on the Riot, it felt a little more stable. And I felt as if the front end on the Riot, on the trail and in the deep snow, was definitely just a little more planted. Whereas this one felt loose, and me not being a dirt biker and having tons of that dirt bike experience with it wanting to wheelie, I didn't like that loose feeling up front. I like the planted feeling of the Riot. And that's funny because the Riot likes to wheelie too. But that thing really likes to wheelie. Yeah.
And we didn't put that in wheelie mode up there because we were in really deep snow.
Yeah, I had it on a climb mode and then I had it at the mid settings.
Yep. Yep.
But all together, I like both the kits. They both have their place. But personally, my favorite's the Riot 3.
As of today, after a couple hours of riding. So
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes throughout the season. Yeah. So, all right, cool, man. So, let's see, we've got a couple hours on it now. Yep. And I will say, riding in, yeah, on the whoops, the rail felt really good. It was like a dirt bike. I was railing like a dirt bike. But you know, it had that nice plush feeling that your dirt bike has as you're going over whoops. And then as we were coming up here, we took a little shortcut, and it's a pretty steep little shortcut. And I ended up going off the trail on purpose because I wanted to get in the deeper snow, and I was just hitting stuff and wheeling, and I kind of got a little squirrely and out of control. It was my fault. And I actually wasn't leaning far enough over the bike. So that's the thing, is because it's more like a dirt bike, you want to get your body up over the front of the gas tank like a dirt bike. So that's where dirt bikers can really appreciate that, and you catch on quick as a dirt biker, versus on like the Riot 3, you know, the Aero 3, you can kind of sit in the middle and just go, and it'll just chug right up. So this one you have to ride a little bit more, which is fun, and I enjoy that. The interesting thing about this bike, it's so weird to ride it knowing that it's a 120 kit, but I was pulling lines today and doing stuff that I definitely could not do on a 120, because I rode a 120 mountain horse for 3 years, and I've ridden the Aero 120 and the Riot 120, and because all of your suspension is in the pivot arm, right, just like a dirt bike, so your track's staying on the ground, so it's a totally different feel. And I really like it because you can get that front end up, and as John said, is you can get that front end up and it's really light, but I never felt out of control. I always felt in control. I could move my body slightly and get the bike to do what I want. And I really like that I could pick the front end up and just really do these easy turns, which, you know, a lot of guys do on the Riot. It's not, you know, it's not super difficult on the Riot. I just find I have an easier time doing it on the Rale so far. But this is only, you know, this is only my second ride on it. But yeah, it's fun. It's a lot different. It's actually the heaviest kit out of all the kits. You know, I really like, I love the Yeti feel and the light feel of the Yeti. Like it's so different, you know, than every other kit. And so the fun thing is all kits, they have their place, and they're all fun, and they're all a little different. So it's, if you guys want to ride all these different kits, give us a call at SnowBike Nation, and we'll take you out on a tour. You can ride the Rale, you can ride the new Riot 3, you can ride the brand new 22 Yeti, and get after it. So more to come.